It's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah. Now let's get ready. Switch me on. I don't think you're crazy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Oh man, it's been a while since we heard that song. What is up, Ghostheads? It's time for another edition of the Ghostheads radio show. My name is Ted, aka Steady. Joining me as always, my partner in crime, haven't said that in a while. My partner in crime, Matty B.
What's going on, Ghostheads? I'm so excited to be here today. We actually have some news, and I know that I'm not in the Matty Bat Cave today. I'm doing some changes in there, so my internet isn't working well. So I hope that you understand that I'm a Ghostbusters fan without a proton pack sitting right next to me. But it's been a long time, Ted. Could you even guess what's the last episode we had?
Oh man, it's probably been a few months, two,
Yes.
3 months.
Yeah.
But we've been so busy both with projects within the media team, with projects in our personal lives. My wife's been kind of building her own business, and I've been helping her with that. And we've just been busy with events, everything else. But today is an amazing day because we finally have a trailer for a movie that was supposed to come out next month, but it's okay. It only got pushed back till March. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And we're going to watch it with all of you lovely, beautiful people and give you our thoughts about it and talk about it a little bit. But yeah, what a tremendous time it's been. If you aren't keeping track, this is arguably the best year of Ghostbusters ever. Am I wrong? Multiple
I wouldn't say you're
video.
wrong, but it's a better time to be a jacket designer who makes red coats. It's a good time to be a Brit in 1776.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure, for sure. But what I mean, like, new virtual reality game, virtual reality stations over at Holligate locations, DLC releases for the already Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed out, new movie dropping in a few months.
What we're
What
actually
else do we have?
seeing, Ted, I know what you're saying, but I think we could sum it up to the fact that Ghostbusters fans, we don't get a rollout.
Oof.
Like
No, we don't.
like when your favorite musical artist is going to release a new album, there's a rollout. There's
Yeah.
a subtle promotion and marketing. There's music videos and singles that are released. And I think that based on the trailer that we got today, it all ties back a little bit into Spirits Unleashed. I think a lot of things tie back into a lot of the content that we're getting. And this is the first time in Ghostbusters history, I think we have a proper rollout.
I completely agree. And all Ghostbusters fans are eating real good right now. I must say that. We're eating real good. Let's enjoy it. Let's roll with it. I haven't even talked about the Hasbro releases right now in my spiel. But I see some folks in the chat. Kate Quinn, Kevin, what's going on, sir? I'd like to see my two favorite ghost heads back together again. We also got the man, Rick Kane. Ghost head, roll it, says Kevin.
Yeah, we
Rick
got
Kane
Robert.
says, by the way, very sorry for not coming for months. I've been very busy, so I'm very sorry. You don't have to apologize, sir. We are also apologizing. We're in the same boat.
Rick,
We've all
you
been
might have
busy.
watched. Rick, you might the last episode you watched might be the last episode we did. Rick, you're in. You're good, bud. We appreciate you.
Robert's in the chat. It was a great teaser, boys. I completely agree. And I was worried. Some folks were like, oh, it's a teaser. They're not going to show us anything. It's going to be 15 seconds. Because people were like, oh, remember the first teaser for Afterlife? It was just the Ecto in the barn. I'm like, no, we're not going to get that. The movie's in 4 months.
But that teaser Ecto in the barn when you heard the proton pack charge, I mean that. Whew.
I'm not denying that.
I said,
Perfect. But a
we're-
movie 4 months away, you can expect something a little bit more than just a 30-second teaser.
But I think because we both want to talk about it, let's just get the trailer out of the way so we can
Go
get
for
in.
it. Ted, hope you should jump in.
I'm gonna share this over. Let's just go ahead and get the trailer out of the way, and then we'll break down what we we'll break down what we think about it.
Please do.
I think it was beautiful.
Tell me when you're all set there.
Oh, you can't see that?
Start from the beginning. All right, folks. If you haven't seen it, here it is. If you have seen it, this is probably your 100th time watching it. The trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
I said this earlier. Jaws vibes. Total Jaws vibes.
What is that?
This is dark. Not hating it. Man.
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death? So cool.
Yeah.
It,
I love it. I love it.
do you know? Because when I first watched the trailer, obviously I loved it. Do you know the only thing that's missing? And rest in peace, David Morgullis, who played the mayor in the Ghostbusters movies. The only thing
Ah,
that Taylor's missing, if he was still alive, rest in peace. But if he was still alive, somebody give me the Ghostbusters would have really hit hard as those clouds were rolling in.
for sure, it'll be a note right before the movie starts in theaters. I think
Yeah,
for sure,
somebody give
gotta
me the
be.
Ghostbusters.
I always wished, and this is real quick. I always wish he had said the something a little bit more intense, like goddamn, somebody get me the goddamn Ghostbusters. It just
Oh,
felt like it would have been so perfect if he saw those clouds and it was
yeah.
just more intense. Speaking of clouds rolling in, um, we have to talk about the official synopsis, which is given out by Sony. Um, and I have it right here. So I'm going to read it real quick, and it's going to give us a little bit more of insight. And this is not spoilers. This is from Sony directly. So, in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the Spangler family returns to where it all started, the iconic NYC firehouse, to team up with the original Ghostbusters who've developed a top secret research lab to take busting ghost to the next level. But when the discovery of an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force, Ghostbusters, new and old, must join forces to protect their home and save the world from a second ice age. What you think about that, Maddie?
I think it's great. What I don't want to happen is the Ghostbusters investigating an artifact that they spark, and then they have to save the world from it. So I'd like it to be like sort of ethereal, maybe somewhere else. I think that's why maybe they were filming in the UK, maybe like a an old British doctor is looking through some things and he's digging through some artifacts and activates it, and then the Ghostbusters have to come and save the world there. But no, I think it's really cool. It obviously is giving that large villain like we had with the Stay Puft, but it seems a lot more serious than comical, right? Like the Stay Puft was
Yeah.
kind of like a joke. This seems like they're adding like some realism to this threat that's coming, and I love that the ice shards. It almost has a day after tomorrow vibe to it, so I like it.
Yeah, I said the same thing day after tomorrow. This like mass casualty event, like that's dark, and I'm not against it, but I'm just like, uh, probably tens of thousands of people died in that moment, if not right afterwards, because 0 degrees or below freezing temperatures in an instant, nobody could cover. So it's gonna be kind of a dark tone, and we'll talk about the villain. Villain, I've heard a name that I'm not going to say yet because I don't want to get it wrong, but I did hear a
Don't say it,
name.
Ted. Don't
I
say
won't
it.
say it. So, for anybody who thinks they might know who the villain is, because I've seen some people like, oh, it's from Japanese folklore, or it's from this, or it's so and so. It's a name I promise you I haven't heard, and I've done some research. Couldn't find anything. So I do feel like it's an original name or origin of a villain. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Dave's
but
dimensions in the chat
Ted,
saying this
yeah,
trailer gave me real. What's up?
no, I'm just saying. Maybe we could give some folks some incentive. Maybe we'll give a hint at the name. Let's get this video to 25 shares, and all your Ghostbusters groups share it 25 shares, and we'll give a hint at the name, and then
Oh my
we'll see.
god, I'm gonna have to. This whole time, I'm gonna be thinking of how to hint a name now. I don't know how to do that. Dave's in the chat. Dave's mentioned this trailer gave me real RGB vibe with the ice taking over the entire city. Definitely something we would have seen in RGB. And then a lot of folks taking screenshots of Venkman, uh,
with that
animated Venkman
RGB jacket,
with
the
that
red
RGB
jacket.
jacket, the red jacket, which everybody's freaking out about. I know you. I know you as well. You noticed the red jacket, and I know that you would love to be styling in that bad boy, wouldn't you?
No, and the red jacket is clear. I know that the internet is ablaze on the red jacket. I think that the fans have pretty much nailed it down. It's a $1,495 jacket. I've referenced it with some things that I've seen, and I can say that that jacket is very close to what is screen used. Um, but it is different. It's definitely different. And don't drop $1,500 on it. Don't do that. Wait until we get a little bit more teasers. Wait till we get a little bit more behind the scenes stuff before you start your cosplay. Don't try to get ahead of it. Just wait for some things to come out. I promise you, it'll be worth it.
We have a celebrity in the chat, Terry Pryor from the South Dakota Ghostbusters.
Hashtag
Hashtag
Team Terry.
Team
Hashtag Team Terry.
Terry.
Hashtag
Put it in the
Team
chat,
Terry.
guys.
Where's Bryce? Where's Paxton? Terry.
Oh man,
You have to get these people in the chat. We need support, Terry. We need your help.
our buddies, our pals from South Dakota. Miss you guys. Honestly, miss you guys. This trailer, man. This trailer is everything I wanted to be and more, because we're so close to the movie. They had to give us fans something. They had to feed us something. Not only did they give us a plot, they gave us the villain, and they showed us the OG team. I'm gonna pull up some of those photos in a
Yeah, they
minute
showed
here.
each one. They showed Ray, they showed Peter, and they showed Winston. Every single one of them.
And for anybody who, wasn't sure exactly in what capacity they were going to be in this movie, I mean, Venkman suited up. Um, Winston suited up. He's also got a pack on. You know what I mean? So I love that they're not only in this movie, but they look like they are doing something substantial. If you know what I mean.
Oh no, for sure. And another thing that I enjoyed about the trailer was the activation of the fan base. I mean, when I've been looking at this with the reaction of seeing the original team, people talking about shedding tears, already seeing 3D prints of little screenshots of what a pack modification might be. I hope Peter Venkman dies in this movie. Can I just say that out loud? Can I just say that I hope Bill Murray is disassociated from Ghostbusters forever and that we can just kill him off? Can I just say that? Is that allowed?
You're gonna get us canceled. I think the better way of saying it is Bill Murray, who has the freedom, right, to express that he's not always been 100% into it for a number of reasons. He may not make it to the end of this movie just so that he can gracefully step away from the franchise, but he still wants it to be successful. Let's make sure that we're clear on that. Um, but yeah, even I said, I don't expect Murray to be in multiple films, probably this last one. And Terry says Bryce had surgery recently. Our thoughts with Bryce, our buddy. Hope he's okay. Hope he, has a speedy recovery.
Well, I sent him a little gift today, so he received it today. So he was Bryce was in good spirits. So we wish him a good recovery. But he received a gift from me today.
Awesome. Terry says we got below zero for weeks. End in the winter here. This trailer is 100% accurate for cold temperatures. I believe it, and that's the only thing that's going to hinder me from trying to go cop that jacket. I don't need a jacket like that in Texas, but like once 1 week out of the year, and then that's it.
But it is just the fervor of the fan base. So, like
my buddy
for
Ernie.
example, I am a big fan of Star Wars as well. I'm a big fan of Marvel, for example. And I follow a lot of these pages on Facebook. Every time a trailer is released, there isn't the immediate reaction to recreate in any other fandom than in Ghostbusters communities.
You're right. 100% right.
I mean, it was, immediate. As soon as they saw the red jackets, because a lot of them hadn't seen them. And a lot of folks didn't know it was coming. But even just the simple fact that they were wearing a jacket is so small of a detail. It's not important to the story whatsoever. And it has sent the fan base into a frenzy. The yellow bumper on the bottom of the like the three-way bumper on the Proton Pack has sent the fan base into a frenzy. I have never seen a fan base activate like this one does. And so it's just, I mean, honestly, it's what got us back on stream today. We're like, hey, at some point, we got to talk about this, right? Is that Leon? That's little girl?
That is the princess making
Oh,
her
there she is.
return. Even though we've been gone for a while, she knows she still has to make her cameo appearance.
Oh, she's so
She's tired.
sweet.
She's had a long day. No, dude,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. I will say maybe Star Wars fans are close, but it's not on the same level because you're right. They're not caring too much about apparel, generic apparel like we are. But yeah, everybody's scoping out. If you look at Winston here, you could see his pack already has some modifications on it. Folks are wondering if that caution tape does anything on the right side of the pack from our angle. I don't know. Do you think it actually has some sort of function, or is that just a aesthetic design?
It's definitely aesthetic. I think they've leaned into the fact that the modding community is so heavy with Ghostbusters. I mean, there's only so many things you could mod in like Star Wars, for example. Like you could mod a Star Wars handle, you could mod a blaster or whatever it might be. Like Ghostbusters is very specific. I think they've leaned into the fact that they know the 3D printing community is so heavy, the HasLab projects. Adam Savage is definitely involved on the technical side with Reitman. And I think that they want more things for the fans to get involved with, and they realize that we're very specific. So I think they're adding in little things that don't mean anything at all, just to watch the fan base spin. When you get that moment in the trailer, it creates bigger moments. It creates more shares. It creates a bigger trailer. So I think there's going to be some technical upgrades. I think we're going to see a lot of crossover with the secret lab with Spirits Unleashed, right? How that goes. But we're going to get new technology, but I think a lot of it's going to be very, very, very aesthetic in practicality. I think they're going to be throwing proton streams pretty much like normal.
Ooh, you know what? I don't think so. I don't, because you've noticed it. I'm gonna see if I can find a screen grab of it. Um, it looks like there's almost a protective casing from like a heat protective casing now on the nozzle of the wands. And so I'm wondering if they had to increase the power or the heat dynamics of the stream,
Oh,
and
there's going
that's
to be some
why.
upgrades. Why would you need a third arm on the bumper?
No, I completely
Um,
agree. And I'm
and it,
wondering if it has anything to do with heat or fire. Somebody, I saw a message on X, Twitter X, saying something about a flamethrower proton pack. And I'm like, it's probably not a flamethrower, but I would say the stream probably has more
well, I
fire
mean,
properties or
that's just
something.
crazy anyway. The proton stream is way hotter than any fire. I mean,
Right.
like it's way hotter than any fire. But I mean, there are going to have to be some upgrades. But I think that Reitman has the right idea. Jason has the right idea when it comes to how you roll out these properties. And again, I'll go back to rollout. He understands that DLC is important for Spirits Unleashed. What's a big part of DLC? New mods, new looks, new things. You have to roll out properties this way now. You can't exist if you don't. I think that they'll roll out things that may not be that crazy important in the story, but they know and they understand that these new looks and these new technologies are going to be future DLC for properties. It's going to be future cosplay content at cons that further pushes the popularity of the franchise. I think that Jason has a firm grip on that, and I think that that's kind of what he's doing. If they have to adapt to one certain thing that takes this one monster out, that's fine. But the overall picture, I think, is DLC content for the video games and um, placating the cosplay community, which is strong and determined and particular, and they get that. I think they get what we're doing.
They totally get it, and it's something that I've mentioned with how to build a successful sequel. I called Afterlife a successful sequel because they didn't try to do too much. Like, the upgrade to the Ecto was, oh, now you have an RV trap, and the upgrade to the proton pack is you now had it in, like, the gunner seat. Like, little things. You don't need to go too far with ideas. Just take baby steps in the right direction, and clearly they're doing that as well. If you go, I don't want you to. Well, first off, another celebrity in the chat, Pax and Chris, everybody. Pac-Man's in the house saying, "What's up? What's going on,
What's up,
Pac-Man?
Paxton? Thanks for joining. Thanks, buddy.
What's going on, sir? Hope you're
Hey,
doing
hey,
well."
and speaking of which, Paxton has to get back down here. We were so busy with our event, we didn't have time to actually like really focus and get good time with Paxton. I think we need to fix that.
Actually, Pax, if you're listening right now, I don't know if you got the news update. There's not one event going on next year by the superhero Comic Con. There are now two. So you're gonna either be here in the summer with us in June, or be here in the fall with us in October. But they're gonna be equally as impressive. So plan accordingly, sir. But hope to see you again next year. If anybody's watching, if you go to this part in the trailer, right before they show this, they kind of like faded into this scene, and you actually saw like a dark cloud going through the ground. I think they were trying to hide it, but I think that's our villain. So our villain is, embodied by the storm, the cloud that goes into the street here, the smoke that we see in that one scene. I'll do a deep dive on it a little later, but definitely that's one of the aspects of that villain there going through
Yeah, but
the floor.
I kind of dig the day after tomorrow vibe. Did you get that from the trailer at all?
100%. Day after
Yeah.
tomorrow was clear. Oh, look, that's what I'm talking about. You see that metal casing around? See if I can blow it up some more. Uh-uh. Yeah, that's definitely some sort of heat protector on the end of that wand there. But I love the upgrades. All right, there's lights on the suit. Matty B, put on your thinking cap. What is that for?
I think they're going to go along the Adam Savage route. I've seen a lot of the fan base reacting today, as we all have. So I'm kind of just catching up with it as everyone does. No one's as smart as the other fan, but there's a lot of really smart fans out there. I think it could be some sort of attenuator of some sort, or it could be some sort of heating device to make sure that they're warm. But it is a physical device. At first, I was thinking maybe it's just like overshined, like snowflakes. You know what I mean? Or like ice falling from the sky. But it's very clear on their jackets. It's very clear on the side that there's definitely something in there. Maybe it's a belt gizmo. We've actually really never gotten a definition for what that is. So I think it's something different. It's either an attenuator or something that's heating them up or applying power to the pack that delivers whatever the final blow is for this boss. Because this to me looks like a final scene, right? Like this is like
Not only does it look like not only does it look like a final scene, but I'm wondering if our OG team is incapacitated in some fashion. I'm not saying like dead, but if they've been captured, they're being held prisoner, they've been removed from the situation, and the Spangler family is the last hope. You know what I mean? We even saw poor Lucky. Looks like she gets frozen head to toe, and I'm not gonna go as far as like they're killing off the character,
Yeah.
but I don't know how you come back from that other than just saying, "Oh, it's magic."
There's
And
always
they
a way
can be
back from that. We blew up a painting and it immediately turned into a Picasso of the Ghostbusters. In this universe, she can definitely come
anything could
back.
happen.
No, they're not killing her off. And my only problem is that I don't really like Carrie Coon in this like Ghostbuster role. Like, I don't know what it is. Like seeing Carrie Coon like actually full on ghost busting and like in the uniform and like
The
she's already
whole
a
family.
father, so there's like not a lot there. I love Phoebe obviously taking over the mantle of the Spanglers because she kind of belongs there. But what are Carrie Coon? What is that character's like qualifications to even be there? Like we have Gruber. He was already up on the Ghostbusters. He's a science teacher. He kind of knew what was going on, and he was a fan. You have Phoebe obviously, but I mean, how does I don't know if the Carrie Coon was the character I wanted to see there. I wanted to see there. I wanted to see Winston in
Yeah.
that spot, and that was the only part of the trailer that I kind of felt weird. I don't know if I want Carrie Coon's character to be a Ghostbuster. I want her to be
I
there to support the team and support her kids. I want her to be there and and do those things. But I just thought maybe I don't know a full on like facing the final boss. Like I don't know.
it could be a smaller role. She might drive the ecto. Maybe she has the skills enough to do that. So we don't know. I want to say it's a massive role, but definitely the family's taking over. Trevor, Phoebe, uh, Gary, like they're definitely taking over the mantle, and it's something we should all expect. If you're going in here expecting the OG team to have like substantial screen time or lots of action sequences, don't do that to yourself. Let's go in understanding the Spengler family is taking over the business, and that's fine. We want this movie
But the
franchise to
final send
thrive.
off, if we're facing the boss, I just think Winston should have been in that one particular spot. Finn
If
Wolford,
if it is the end,
Ernie Hudson,
it
Paul
might not
Rudd.
be the end.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're right. It could be. Um, but that's the only thing I took away from the trailer that I'm like, oh gosh, I mean, is this going to become a National Lampoon's Family Vacation every single time we release a movie? I don't know if like bringing in the whole family dynamic is exactly what we're looking for. Only because not that it doesn't make great movies. We all love family movies. We can
Yeah.
name thousands of them. Ghostbusters 1, not a family movie. Ghostbusters 2 tried a little bit. I mean, they tried to get
More
Dana.
more of a family, more of a family. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ghostbusters is not a family thing. It's not it's a family watch, but it's not a family movie.
We need to evolve somehow. I definitely think this is the firehouse. And what was chilling to me in the trailer is that the middle of the firehouse opens up. And remember in one of our earlier predictions, I said, I think they built a new firehouse because they might need to damage it in like some substantial way. And yes, that's CG, what we saw. But if will the firehouse survive at the end of this? And that might be the reason why they called it Firehouse during production, was because much like Star Wars franchises or other franchises, something needs to kind of go away, or something needs to kind of not die, but you know what I mean. Like things have to be let go. And what if the
Well, I mean, if that
firehouse
was
is
Star
one of
Wars,
those
we would have
things?
never seen Tatooine again. But um, that's a deep cut. Hopefully, David Lozano catches this.
Oh, I'm
Um,
sure. I'm sure
but how do we know that's the firehouse opening up? Is that just an
it
assumption, or
is.
do
No,
you
no,
know?
no, no. Yeah, it's the same pattern of the floor. I think you see a little bit of the surroundings. It is the firehouse.
Are you saying you know
Let's see
something that
here.
I don't?
I'm not saying that. I think it's so they can see them in the storm. Ooh, those lights on the jacket. I like that idea. Pax also says, I agree, Carrie not to be a Ghostbuster. And he also says maybe they actually train with the Pax. Ah, that'd be interesting.
But it's
I
kind of and I agree with Paxton there, and I love that they threw that into Spirits Unleashed. But kind of the funny part of the Ghostbusters, one of the first jokes that really landed for me when I was younger was, "We've never really tested this equipment."
Oh yeah, we all love that. We all love that for sure. James Acaster, he's been in the trailer substantially. You kind of get 3 or 4 scenes with him, and I don't remember where I heard this, or I don't think this is a spoiler, but he is definitely a recruit of the team, and he is more of the nerd of the group, and I think that's why they bring him in. the Spangler family, other than Phoebe, they're not really tech savvy. I think James Acaster's character is supposed to be that sort of new Egon figure, not in the father sense, just on the tech side of things. And he's supposed to get a substantial role.
And I
I
and
hope,
I agree with that. So, but
yeah.
here's something other people aren't talking about. So we've realized that Paxton, no, that's the name, right? Paxton Osborne. Am I messing that up?
Who are you talking about?
He was cast as a character, and we all wondered what his cast.
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt. That's right. Sorry, um, Patton Oswalt. Is he going to be the new Ray? Maybe because a lot of people were focusing on the fact that he might be a villain. Maybe he's a voice character. Maybe he's going to be dressed up as everything. But and one of the things we see them as, Dan says something, and he sort of claps and says, "Yeah." I wonder if they're going to set up Patton Oswalt as the new Ray Stantz.
I have a theory, because my first one was wrong. I thought Patton would maybe voice like a ghost or something. I actually think he looks and sounds more like a historian. Like he either works at the New York Library, which we saw one of the lions come to life, amazing, at the New York Public Library. So I think he's either a historian or he actually works there and he has some knowledge about history, because he's sort of helping them in that regard. So I think his character is a little further out. If they recruit him, that's still cool with me. But definitely, I think they run into him because he's some sort of figure that's holding some knowledge and he helps them out in that regard. Kumail is still a question. Like, he's still a mystery to me. I don't know what he's doing. He just looks like a delivery guy. He looks like a Uber Eats delivery guy. I don't know what he is or what he's doing.
Like Rob Schneider's character in Big Daddy.
Yeah, I don't.
Hip
I
Hop
want
Anonymous.
hip hop. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah, man. No, the trailers is good, and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I do honestly have to go. And I
I
wish that we
got
could
you.
talk about this for an hour because I could continue to talk about this for maybe 2 hours, but I kind of want to let the fandom breathe. Ted, what do you think? Let's let the fandom breathe for a day or two, and let's come back on maybe Sunday this week, and let the
All I know, yeah, all I know is the ghost heads are back. We got tons of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about our new charity campaign that's going down. Um, Next month, and so all of that's coming very soon, and we can't wait to get all into it, guys. If you are watching this video at a later time, we want to hear from you. Give us your thoughts about the trailer. Give us your theories, your predictions. Let us know, exactly what you think is happening with the story or this villain. All I got to say is the franchise is alive and well, and it's finally thriving, and I can't believe that we're here right now. And I do mean that. The franchise is thriving. Games, merchandise, movie projects. I mean, we're getting everything right now, and we need to enjoy this ride while we're on it. Oh, and the strike is over. In 3 hours, or it's midnight on the West Coast, the strike will be over. So look forward to hearing from the stars of the movie as marketing ramps up. It's a perfect timing right now. So, yeah, let's all celebrate.
But no, anybody involved with the franchise knows that it's more busy than ever right now. So I mean, from the casual fan and to the extreme fan to the franchise member, it's very clear that we're getting a lot of content right now. And I think that it's just if we could just let this breathe for a couple of days, I our fan base is so good at like identifying certain particular things and pulling it back from the real Ghostbusters to comic books to whatever. I say let's love this trailer and let's come back and react to what the fan base comes up with in a couple of days and have a hell of a stream. And also share the fuck out of this video. Is that okay? Can I say that for it?
Of course. We're the Ghost Heads. You must.
Yeah, yes. So we must. And it's good to be back. And I appreciate everybody who hopped in, everybody who gave comments, everybody who gave likes, everybody who gave stars. We really appreciate it. So we're back. We're back with a vengeance. Our ghost logo has a 2 on it. We're back, baby. So we're gonna keep coming with content, and we won't leave you hanging again. I promise.
We miss you all. It's an exciting time for all of us right now, and can't wait to geek out some more with all you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great night. We'll see you shortly. And as always, Busted makes me feel good. Peace.